Alright, welcome everybody. Today in this video, I'm going to be talking about EIGRP keychains, or more specifically, how to keep a neighbor relationship and roll over to new EIGRP keys. Alright, so this title is Rolling EIGRP Keys, and what we need to do here is, I have here on the left side, our current configuration of our keys. Okay, so our first key, key 1, uses this key string of key 1, and then this is the accept and send lifetime of using this key. So here the clock is set for both of these routers here to September 6th, which is today, and they are gonna start sending their key 1 for 50 seconds after 5 p.m. or 5 a.m. doesn't really matter as long as they're synced. And then they will only accept that key for 50 seconds after 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. Okay, so once it hits like 5:01, we are not going to be using key 1. What happens is we roll over to key 2, which is a backup key, and it's an infinite key. So you can see here, I'm gonna start sending it at 5 a.m. with an infinite lifetime. I'm also going to accept this key from 5 a.m. to infinity time. It's for infinite. Okay, now since these are both set at the same exact time, key 1 and key 2 are valid keys. So which one is EIGRP going to use? The way that these keychains work for EIGRP, if 2 keys are eligible to be sent, then the one with the lowest key ID is going to be used. So as soon as I start this, well, actually it's already started, but once this was implemented, key 1 and key 2 were eligible, so key 1 is going to be used. 50 seconds later, when key 1 is not eligible to be sent or accepted, we automatically roll over to key 2, and then that's what we're on right now. So if I have Wireshark captured between these two routers right here, and if we look at these hello packets, you can see we are doing authentication via MD5, and then look at that key ID. It says key ID 2. We are using this infinite key at the moment. Well, we don't want to use an infinite key. We need to change our key so often due to, company policy. So we need to get off of this infinite key and use a changeover rollover key, however many months or weeks that you have it set due to company policy. So that's what we're going to do, and this is what this video is all about. So here are our steps. We need to use a new key. Okay, we have an infinite key that needs to be changed as well, so we're going to be flip-flopping 2 keys, but there's a systematic step that we have to take. And the big thing is that we do not want to lose our neighbor relationship. If I were to go on IOU1 and do show IP EIGRP neighbors, he's been up for 14 minutes, so we're good right there. Now we don't want to lose that relationship. So how do we do that and change over our keys? So I already talked about step number 4, but I'll go over it again. If multiple keys are eligible to be used, EIGRP will use the key with the lowest key ID. So therefore, when I first started this, key 1 was the key to be sent. Now, when we want to change it, what we have to do is we need to go to all routers and then add the new key with a higher key ID into the keychain mix. Okay, so if I need to do another key, I'm going to add key 3. Okay, then after the new key has been added to all routers, configure the old key with a send lifetime that is set to the past. So if I were to go onto a router here and do a show clock, right now it says it is 6:40 UTC time. Okay, whether it be 6 a.m., 6 p.m. doesn't really matter, but that's the current time. So what we need to do in step 6 is change the send lifetime of the old key to an older time. So I could keep it at 5. That's fine. Okay. After the send lifetime has been set to the past for all the old keys on the router, the entire network is now using the new key, and we should be good to go. And then we just do it again for the infinite key. All right. So let me configure this and let's not lose a neighbor relationship because that's our goal. All right, so step number 5, all routers will add the new key with the high key ID into the key chain. Okay, so let me grab this. Copy that. And let me put it in Notepad. And we're going to change it to key 3. Key string is going to be key 3. Send lifetime says we need to put it into the past, right? All routers will add the new key with the key ID into the keychain. After new key has been added to all routers, configure the old key with a send lifetime. Okay, so now this is saying add the new key. So what we're going to do is we could set it to the correct time right now, but since it is valid as well as our infinite key, key 2 is still going to be used because it has a lower key ID. So let's do a send lifetime of 6 and whatever the clock said. What did the clock say? Show clock again. 6:42. All right. So we can say send at 6:42, which is eligible to be sent, and let's start accepting it at 6:42 as well. The duration, let's say 6 months. So what is that? If we were to do 36 seconds is an hour times 24 hours times 6 months, which is 180 days, so 15,552,000 or 15,552,000. Okay, so let's set this up. 552,000. Yep. Okay. And let's change that to that as well. So now this key is going to be good for 6 months. Okay. So let's do this. Let's add it to both sides. Config T, paste that in, and it's in there. Let's put it to IOU2, paste that in there. Show run section key. There's the 3 keys. Same thing here. Show run section key, and it is in there as well. Okay, let's go back to Wireshark. It's still running in the background. What key is it using? It's still using key 2. All right, so we are good there. We haven't lost our neighbor relationship. And show IP EIGRP neighbors. We're still up. We're still up for 20 minutes. Okay, now let's go back to the next step. 6. After new key has been added to all routers, configure the old key with a send lifetime that is already in the past. So now I need to change the send lifetime to something that is not infinite. Okay, so let's change that. I will take this. Actually, I'll take all of that. Put it in my new notepad, paste that, and we will change the lifetime to something that it won't like anymore. Let's change that for 50 seconds. Okay. Now let's go into IOU2. Change. Nope, didn't like that because it needed the duration. Done. Oh, okay. Let me change that in Notepad. Duration. Copy paste. Go to 2. Config T. Enter. And show IP EIGRP neighbors. It is still up. Now let's go to Wireshark and see what key it's using. Now it's using key 3. Oh wow, automatically, and we didn't even lose a neighbor relationship. Now let's do the same thing and change the new infinite key. So let's go to config t, do show run section key. So now we need to create key 4. So key 1 could stay the same, that's fine. Let's do key 4. And let's do a new infinite. Infinite. Let's change this to 6, I don't know, 50. What time is it? Show clock. I got 3 minutes until 6:50. Okay, so we're good. 6:50. And let's paste this in now. Config t, bam, end. Go to router end, config t, paste that in there, end. Show run section EIGR. Nope, key. So now we have 4 keys, but actually only key 3 and key 4 are needed. So now I can get rid of key 1 and key 2. If I do the same thing here, show run section key. And how to get rid of it, we need to go into the keychain and say no key 1, no key 2. So get rid of this. Key 2, get rid of that. No key, no key. Config t, paste, end. Go to router 2, config t, paste, and show IP EIGRP neighbors. We are still up, 23 minutes. Show run section key. And now we successfully changed over to new keys, and I didn't even lose my neighbor relationship. Okay, so these are the steps. If you're going to be changing keys and you're stuck on this infinite key, how do I change over? Well, these are the steps, okay? So I hope this was very informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.